You want something small and portable, but you're wondering, is this the right device to get? Or should I be looking at a Surface Pro 8? Well, you're in luck because Uncle Mikey's got some thoughts, so let's dive in and check it. First things first, the size. If you're wanting something small and portable, you're looking at these two devices, you need to know they're pretty much identical in the dimensions. The Surface Laptop Go 2 is right under 11 inches, like 10.95 or something like that. The Surface Pro 8 is 11.3, so you're talking about a quarter inch and change difference in the width. You're looking at 8.12 versus 8.2 inches in height. The big difference obviously is in the thickness. The Surface Laptop Pro is much thinner, but it doesn't have a keyboard, folks. So don't get excited with me. Okay, when you put the keyboard on, they're gonna feel very similar. I think the Surface Laptop is gonna feel a little bit thicker, but overall, it's negligible. They're both gonna fit in basically the same amount of space in your bag. Other things you should know for specification comparisons, because that's really the first thing we should talk about here. Both going to be the 3:2 ratio on the screens, but the big difference is the way that they manage that screen size. 12.4 inch on the Laptop Go 2, 13 inches on the Surface Pro 8. It's the pixel density, it's the resolution that's going to catch you out. I strongly suggest you take a look at him. If you wear any kind of glasses or your eyes are a little bit older, you definitely want to take a look at him because the PPI on the Laptop Go is about 148. The PPI on the Surface Pro 8 is 267. And what that means is the Surface Pro 8 screen is a much higher pixel density. It's also a much higher resolution, 2880 versus about 1500 and so in the width for the pixel dimensions. I find the Surface Pro 8 has everything a little tight, almost too tight. It's a lot of information to pack in on a screen that size, especially when you're squeezing it down. Yes, you can change the resolution, you can change the scaling, but you've got to stay in those default scaling groups because if you go to a custom scale, I talk about this a lot, custom scaling is horrible when you got to plug in external screens and then you move windows across and they don't know what to do and they look all janky and weird. If you don't know what I'm talking about, trust me, I'm glad you don't. If you've used an external monitor with a custom scale on a Windows device, yes, we feel the pain and it is what it is. I find that the Laptop Go 2 a much better balance of screen resolution, of pixel density. I find it easier to look at, easier to work on. It doesn't create any eye strain for me. So it's just something to think about when you're looking at these two devices that are basically the same size. Don't let the 12.4 fool you. It does not feel any smaller in practical day-to-day use than the 13-inch Surface Pro 8. Both of them have the multi-touch screen. I love the Surface touch screens. Very fluid, very smooth. Is it 120 Hertz? No, of course it's not. It's a $599 laptop, folks. Does it look awesome? Yeah. Does it work great? Absolutely. Am I bothered if it's not like the smoothest scrolling on earth? Is it affecting my getting work done at all? No. It's great, okay? It's a touch screen and it looks awesome and I don't have a notch. Everything's balanced and symmetrical. I like that. Other big differences. Laptop Go is clearly designed to be a lower end device. 4 gig, 8 gig, that's it. Nothing else. You go with a Surface Pro 8, you can get 16 gig, you can get 32 gig. You can even go i7. Cannot get an i7 in this at all. It's an i5 only. In a few more months, come the fall, Surface Pro 8 is going to be 12th gen. This will stay 11th. So if you're looking for a powerful device, that's going to nudge you towards a Surface Pro 8, especially if you are the kind of person who maybe works at home and has a dock set up and then goes to the office and also has a dock set up. So really the majority of the time, the Surface Pro 8 is maybe more of a portable desktop in essence, but you can also get some work done on it when you're on the go if you need to. And I think really that's the ideal use case. Nobody's working on a Surface Pro 8 for 6 or 8 hours a day and never using an external monitor. Like it's not designed to do that. It's a 13-inch screen. So it's designed to be in this kind of hybrid world, as is this, but obviously it comes with the keyboard. It's a little bit easier. And I like laptops with keyboards, okay? Surface Pros are just tricky to balance on your lap. And I do a lot of work on my lap. And some of you folks may too. This is always gonna win because the balance is better. They both have the same i5 chip. So you're not giving up anything. If 8 gig works for you, you're not giving up anything at 8 gig 256. It's the same chip, you're gonna be just fine. Let's talk about battery life here for a second. They quote ridiculous numbers for both of them and you're not gonna get any of them. From using a Surface Pro 8 for a meaningful amount of time, you could probably eke out, and I mean eke out, a day of use. And by a day, I'm talking 6 or 7 hours of work in the office on battery, low-level basic web browsing in Edge, not Chrome, because Edge is more power efficient, and not going crazy. Surface Laptop Go, I don't think is going to hit that. I haven't had this for long enough. It came out yesterday, okay? I'm trying my best here, people. From what I know of Surface laptops and looking at the 11th gen chip in a Surface Laptop 4, where we can get some comparison and we can get some yardstick to measure against, I think you're probably going to get 5 or 6 hours pretty comfortably out of this. I think you might even get to 6, 7. I don't think you're going to get to 8 or 9 at all. The previous gen Surface Laptop Go was pretty poor on battery life. I think it's just the physical size of it that comes back and bites. It's a 41 watt hour battery in the Surface Laptop Go. It's a 51 watt hour battery in a Surface Pro 8. So, you know, if you're going to put a 25% bigger battery in a device that's about the same size, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out it's going to last a little bit longer, okay? It's just the laws of physics. You've got a 720 webcam on the Surface Laptop Go 2. You've got a 1080p 5 megapixel webcam on the Surface Pro 8 and Wi-Fi 6 on both of them. So from a specification perspective, let's run this down for you and summarize. Most things on the Surface Pro 8 are either the same or a little bit better, but nothing is worse. Same chip if you go i5, 11th gen, same memory, 8 gig, if you can live with that, but you want 16 or 32, only available on the Pro. You want to do Zoom calls, 720p on the Laptop Go, 1080p on the Surface Pro. Battery life, a little bit more on the Surface Pro. So you start to realize, and I've said this all along, Surface Pro 8 to me is Microsoft's #1 device. This is their iPhone. It's more important to Microsoft than the Surface Laptop, than the Surface Laptop Studio. That's the killer device. They created and invented that category, and they have made it work to their advantage. I say all that because I have seen Surface Pro 8s on sale all day long at $999, but I've also seen them on sale at $899. I don't think I've seen a $799 yet, unless you go open box or a refurb or something like that. But considering that this is $699 with 8 gig 128 and $799 with 8 gig 256, $799 to $999 is not that big of a jump, although $999 doesn't include a keyboard. Yes, you're going to spend a little bit more money. You're definitely going to get a slightly nicer device, a little bit more premium, slightly better speakers, slightly better battery life, slightly better webcam. Not quite as useful with the folded out keyboard compared to the Laptop Go, but there is some differentiation here, folks. I think you're going to have to decide, do you just want the portability, a laptop or a device you can throw in your bag to go get a little bit of stuff done, but it's probably a companion second device for getting really meaningful work done? This is the one to go with. Student at college, you know, kid at school, mom and dad, you're buying this for someone else, great device. If you're the primary user, this is the only device you're going to use. You're going to use it most of the day, most days of the week, and you want some power and performance. There is no conversation here. You're going to have to go Surface Pro 8 because that's the only one that's going to give that to you. If you've got questions, let me know. Hope you find this helpful. Hey, and don't forget to check out my Surface Laptop Go 2 full review that's also going to be here on YouTube for your viewing pleasure. Wait, don't go right now. This is the bit that I need your help with. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you see my videos when they come out. Look, I work really hard on these. I comment on all the comments, myself, me, Mikey, little old Mikey, all by myself, because I value you guys and the feedback you give. Hopefully the videos are valuable to you and they're helpful. When you subscribe, you help the channel grow and you'll be awesome. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And now you really can go. Till next time. It's going to be amazing.